What's up, everybody? This is Chili Mostly, aka the coolest man on YouTube. What it do? What it do? What it do? Today I'm gonna deviate from my normal, videos. I wanna talk about something that's getting like a little out of hand, and it's the whole, police violence against civilians. All right, so. First, I want to break down human beings before I, get into anything else. Now, every race of people, from all over the world, whether it's Asians, whether it's real Africans, whether it's Europeans, whatever. Hey, stop. Whatever race it is, hey, go in. Whatever race it is, the original people, all their motto was to destroy and conquer. Whether it was, old Genghis Khan, or whether it was Vikings, whether it was tribal Africans, whatever. It's to destroy and conquer. That's what everybody set out to do. Now, over the years, that has gotten bred out of, black people, non-Africans. Like us black people, we're not African. You understand what I'm saying? Like, we don't have that in us because we've been bred out. We all got something else in us besides black. Whether it's Indian, whether it's white, whatever. It's something else in us. Now, a lot of, when you look at a war, like who fights wars? Asians and Caucasians. Whether it's European Caucasians or American Caucasians. Now, they didn't get bred out. You feel me? They all still are the same as they were thousands of years ago as they are right now. So that brings me to my point. The police officers, you know what I'm saying, who are majority white in most situations, they still have that Viking type mentality in them where they have to destroy, where they have to be a warrior, when it's not even necessary some of the time. It's just who they are. So I can't really blame them too much for how they've been doing people. But when you look at the situation, you got these cops that have like zero empathy for the people who they protect and serve. And those are bad cops to me. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't be a cop. Even if you don't show those signs before you, before you actually become a cop. Once you do that shit in the force or out in the field, once you have a shooting of a suspect that didn't need to be shot, or you have a beating, or you have a complaint, you should be done. You know what I'm saying? I think the police have to have a certain amount of, like a certain amount of go hard in them, because you're dealing with some criminalistic people sometimes. But when you're dealing with a person who shows you no threat and you still shoot them for whatever reason you believe, it's not because you had to, it's because you chose to. Now me, I'm a licensed gun carrier. You understand what I'm saying? So I carry a gun on me every day. And my duty to carry my gun is to only use it in a severe self-defense situation. So that means if I'm getting jumped by like 5 people and I feel like my life is in danger, I have the right to shoot you and kill you if I choose to. You understand what I'm saying? And police have that same right. If they're in a situation where their life is in danger, they have the right to open fire, which is cool. Now me, I would never open fire on a person that I don't need to. I don't care what the situation is. If somebody want to fight me one-on-one, then we're going to fight one-on-one. If somebody pull out a bat on me, then that's a different story. You getting popped. And if I got enough time, I'm going to shoot you low. I'm not going to kill you. Because you don't have to die for that. You can be shot and be stopped without dying. And I feel like police, they don't ever think about that. And I understand, like, when you're in the heat of the moment, you just got to let go. I've been there before when I wasn't, you know what I'm saying, that type of person. When I was younger and I was a wild one, I would shoot. I was a shooter. I can say that. Fuck it. But when you look at the situations now with these police, it's not the fact that they're shooting people. It's the fact that they're shooting to kill when a situation does not deem necessary. And when you're a person in authority, you have to realize that. Me being a big nigga, I'm 6'3", 400 pounds. You know what I'm saying? People are always intimidated by me. Whenever I walk in a room, You see my mug, you know, I got the little, this is my normal face. Chili mostly only exists on YouTube. I'm a pretty stern person in real life. You understand what I'm saying? But I know that, and I know how people see that. So what I try to do is I always try to be extra nice. I always speak to people. Hey, how you doing? You know, I always loosen up the room wherever I'm at because I know people are intimidated. You know what I mean? So police need to exercise that same type of, you know, caution when dealing with people, because I've dealt with mad cool cops in my life. You know what I'm saying? When I was younger, I always had run-ins with police. And out of, let's say, when I was younger, I've been, let's say I had 10 incidents with police officers. Out of those 10, I think 9 of them was cool as shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I can't even lie. Like, 9 of them were cool. I had one dickhead that tried to actually fight me and all that shit. But other than that, the other 9 were cool. And they played cool because they know they had the upper hand. They know they had power. I didn't have a weapon on me. So there was no need to get all crazy and try to slam me on the ground or anything like that. And that's how all police officers should carry themselves. You know what I mean? These gun-ho guys that just run around ready to shoot somebody, because you got to understand, when you shoot somebody and they're not an immediate threat, you have time to assess what you're going to do. No matter what people tell you, you have time to assess. You can choose to shoot somebody wherever you want. And if you're a police officer, you should have training and you should have good aim where you do shoot somebody in a good spot where you don't have to kill them. You can stop someone without killing them if you feel as though you need to even use a weapon. Now, if you got your hands on somebody and you got them on the ground already, there's no need to shoot. If somebody's running away from you, there's no need to shoot. There's no threat. Now, if that person's running away from you holding an AK-47 and he might shoot some other people down the street, then yeah, shoot him while he's running away because you don't want him to hurt anyone else. And that's the same with me. I'm a licensed gun carrier. I have that obligation. You know what I'm saying? I had to go through training. I had to get FBI background checks, all that crazy shit. You understand what I'm saying? So when you got a person who's endangering others or yourself, you have that's a part of what you have to do when you're a licensed gun carrier. You don't have to protect anyone. The police don't even have to protect you. You know that, right? That's not in their job description, is to protect you. Their job description is to stop a threat that is immediate, but they don't have to protect you. You have to protect yourself as a citizen. So, it's saying with me, I don't have to protect anyone. But if I see something and I can get it off before they get it off, then guess what? They're getting popped. If I'm in a store and they're robbing the store and they're waving around a gun all crazy and they look crazy and I'm behind them or I'm on the side of them where I can pull out and bang, I'm going to pull out and bang. Just like a police officer would. Now, with that being said, though, you got to understand when to do that type of shit and when not to. And I feel like a lot of cops are just living out their childhood fantasies and shooting people without even thinking about what they're actually doing. They're just wilding out, and that's not acceptable, man. So this video is titled, Fuck Crooked Cops. And that's what I'm saying. If you're a crooked cop, fuck you, man. Straight like that. I don't have any problem with law enforcement. They're just doing a job that they have to do. You understand me? So when they're doing their job, and they're doing their job correctly, it is all good. But when you're doing your job, you're trying to abuse power, that's when everything goes wrong. And sooner or later, these cops are going to start getting shot by civilians just off the rip because we don't trust them. You understand? White, black, whoever. Cops don't care. If a cop is in that mood, he's going to let it go. Now, some cops are racist. They were born racist. They were born into a racist household. They think of every black person as some kind of gang member, as some kind of criminal, when that's not the case. And this is for any of you white kids that may be watching this video that subscribe to me. There are way more upstanding black people than there are people that live in ghettos and people that are gangsters. Just look where I live at. You see that? This is where I live. You understand? This is the kind of person I am right now. As a 30-year-old man. Something gangster about me. You feel me? I'm a law-abiding citizen that pays taxes. You understand me? I help better the world. So when you got there are some people who are just pieces of shit. But that goes around every single race, every single person. You understand me? If you're in a low-income situation, then yes, there are a probability that you will do crime to eat, to survive. And someone who's never been in that situation, you might not be able to understand that because you can't fathom that. You're on your computer right now watching this, so 9 times out of 10, you're all right in life. You feel me? Whether you still living with your parents, or whether you got your own job and your own money, you know what I mean? You still doing all right in life. There's some people who don't have nothing, and they have to get out there and get it any way they can. And that, hey, I can't knock nobody for that, because sometimes you got to eat. So, I'm going to wrap this up by saying, police officers, you have a great power. You have people are already intimidated by you. You don't have to flex all the time. The nicer you are to people, the nicer they're going to be to you. The more cooperative you are to people, the more they're going to cooperate with you. If you run around acting like Rambo, then you're going to get that kind of energy back. It's just the way the world works, man. What you put out is what you get back. So all these cops that run around and shooting people for no reason, and then you got the racist assholes that try to make fucking GoFundMe accounts for them and try to get them money for lawyers. Like, what type of world is that? Who the fuck are you? You should kill yourself. Like, you're pointless. All you do is ruin the world, and that's that whole conquer shit they got in their blood. That they just want to destroy shit instead of help make things better. And in their mind, they might think they're trying to make things better by taking out a certain type of person or a certain group of people, but in actuality, you just fucking up, man. So, to all the cops out there, if a cop does wind up seeing this video, if you're a good cop, man, I salute you, because it's a hard job to be a police officer, to deal with other people's problems when you got your own. I understand that 1,000%. But hey, man, just keep it good, man. If you're a good cop, stay good. And you can't say you're a good cop when you know your brothers that you riding with every day is doing dumb shit. You just as bad as them if you're not stopping it, or you're not trying to get IA involved or something. You know what I'm saying? So all these people out here, all these cops out here that's shooting people for no reason, man, cut that shit out, man. Because the only thing that's going to happen is somebody going to pop you for no reason. And when you get popped for no reason, and your family got to go to your funeral and all that shit, then you're going to be a dickhead because you shouldn't have been out there doing dumb shit in the first place. You heard what I'm saying? So this your boy Chili Mostly, yo. I'm signing out. It's some real talk, man. This ain't got nothing to do with no shoes. Like my channel is dedicated to. It's just something that a grown man needs to speak out his mouth. You heard? So with that being said, I'm signing out, y'all. Peace.